what's up YouTube? It's King Vita here, and I thought I'd make another video. It's been far too long since I've actually done a video on this channel, so I want to keep it going, not just my reviews on my main channel. But today I wanted to talk about something that I've been planning for a while, and excuse me, I wanted to make a video on, specifically on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I've been a really big fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for a very long time, ever since I was a kid. And it just kind of like really hurt me that the Turtles haven't been, they haven't been portrayed in something that could be considered good in recent years. And I feel like that's, I don't know, it feels a little wrong. It feels very wrong. Because for people that grew up with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in recent times, don't know, or at least haven't heard, of anything good about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I just want to show what I have. Not that much. I seriously need to get more Turtles things, but I have quite a few things that might interest a bunch of people and change their minds about, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in how they're perceived in pop culture. So this is my animation, one of my animation sections. I'm here on the floor, as you can see. Everything else is right up there. I'm sitting on the floor. But over here, I have this. And I'll start off with this. And this is an animated feature film of just called TMNT. Now, a lot of people don't really, well, at least the people, most of the people that I've heard of, or have heard, don't really know anything about this movie. I mean, I think this is a really good interpretation of the Turtles, and I believe this movie was released in 2007. Yes, right here, 2007. And I think it's a good, it's a great family adventure, fun, fast, and full of charm. Moriarty, ain't it cool news? I really like this movie. This shows the Turtles in a way that they haven't been shown in a while. Now that there are a bunch of shows on Nickelodeon. This was before the Turtles got into the Nickelodeon craze and stuff, so I can see why they've been butchered, they've been forgotten. They've basically been turned into a joke. I mean, they were always a joke, but they were more taken serious at the time. At least when I was a kid. So this is TMNT, and I have this on regular DVD with the double-sided disc right there. And there's ads for the video game. This game actually had a video game, which I think I bought on PC a while back when this movie came out in 2007. But yeah, it's a very underrated movie, and I feel that it doesn't get as much love as it should. Because, again, there's not enough Turtle fans out there, and the ones that there are, the ones that are, they probably hate on the Turtles because of the Michael Bay film. And they're nothing like that. They never were. I feel that Michael Bay kind of made Mikey a little too, I don't know, he's supposed to be funny, but I don't think he's as funny as he normally would be. And Raphael, contrary to popular belief, yeah, Raphael is he's cool but rude. And, Michelangelo's the party dude. But Raphael isn't as mean as people make him out to be. And I feel that a lot of that is attributed to the Michael Bay film. I don't know, that didn't really appeal to me as much as other forms of media. And, Leonardo is the leader, but it feels like this, I feel like a movie like this got the Turtles right, or somewhat right. as opposed to the Michael Bay film. I feel like the Michael Bay film, I know this video is kind of like bashing the Michael Bay film, because, I mean, I don't hate it. Don't get me wrong, I do not like the movie. It was okay for what it was, but I don't know, it felt like it was misleading to a lot of people that, you know, were just getting into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So, for those of you who are new to the Turtles, Donatello, he's the one with the bow staff, the purple one. He's basically the genius of the group, and I believe he's the second oldest. He's the second oldest, and he does these weird inventions, and you know, he invents things for the rest of his brothers, and it helps in battle, and he's kind of like the cool, level-headed brother of the group, because he's just a genius. He's a really smart guy. We have Raphael, which is the second youngest of the group, and Raphael is basically a hothead. But he's a very nice guy. He's a very nice, he has a very nice personality, but he's just, I don't know, he's very serious at times, kind of like me, a little, for those of you that know me. He's very serious at times, takes everything serious, and he's always looking for a fight, and he's like the rough brother of the group. And again, a lot of people take that, a lot of people get that wrong most of the time. Excuse me, a lot of people get that wrong most of the time because they portray Raphael as, you know, someone who is always angry, doesn't love anybody, wants to be alone, and he hates the world. And other than the wanting to be alone part, that's not actually correct. Raphael really loves his brothers, even if Mikey is kind of annoying at times. But, yeah, they get, a lot of people, because of the Michael Bay film, get them wrong. So, so let's see. Michelangelo is the youngest, and he's a clown. He's a dork. He takes everything as a joke, and he's just a really, really funny guy. And again, I feel like but he also has a heart. You know, he also has a heart, and you know, Mikey's a nice guy. Again, that's something that I feel because of the Michael Bay film they got completely wrong, because it feels like people think that Michelangelo just doesn't care about anything, takes life as a joke, doesn't take anything serious, and he kind of, you know, insults everybody with his stupidity. And that's not really what he's about. He actually does care, you know. Again, that's something that I feel they got wrong about Mikey. And of course, Leonardo is the oldest and the wisest. And, you know, Donnie's the smartest, but he's the wisest because he's the oldest of the brothers. And it's his job to take care of, you know, to look after, you know, the other turtles. And another thing that really, it feels weird saying this about them, but over in recent years, I don't know if you 80s kids would definitely know about this, and Big Turtles fans would know about this, but in recent memory, they've kind of, I don't know, made Raphael and Leonardo not agree with anything at all, and they're always butting heads and fighting. And I don't know if anybody remembers the 80s cartoon, but that doesn't happen often. Like, that does not happen that often. And, you know, Leonardo gets along very well with Raphael and vice versa. So, I don't know where that idea came from. You know, where Leonardo and Raphael are always butting heads. I don't know where that idea came from. I don't know, must have been this movie. I guess. I don't know. But yeah, this is a really good movie if you guys haven't seen it yet. It's called TMNT. And it actually was released by Warner Brothers and Mirage Studios. This came out in 2017. And Imagi Film and Weinstein Company. So, yeah, if you guys haven't seen this movie, this is a really, really good movie. And it's, to me, I feel it's kind of underrated because when people talk about, TMNT movies, they often skip this one. They often forget that this one actually exists, and I don't know, it's a shame. It feels like it feels like this movie should get more love, and more people should know about this movie. Also, this movie, skip ahead, for those of you that don't want to be spoiled. But, okay, the plot of this movie basically revolves around something that happened over 5,000 years ago, or something. And, basically, the Shredder is destroyed. The Shredder is gone, and they beat the Shredder. But this is set after the events of that, where they kind of, like, have to battle these ancient monsters that have been, brought into our world from another dimension, from a villain that came out like 5,000 years ago or something. And the Shredder's dead. The Shredder is completely gone. So this is kind of like a sequel to what would happen, what actually happened after the Turtles defeated Shredder. It's kind of interesting. There's like monsters coming out of the sky. There's weird Wendigo-looking monsters. X-Men fan would know what a Wendigo is. But yeah, there's like Wendigo-looking monsters. There's bats. There's flying like... This is a crazy movie. This is a really crazy movie. And on top of that, after dealing with that, they have to deal with the Foot Clan. Which is funny because after a while, after they actually discover that they actually have a common enemy with, I believe, Karai is in this movie. I could be wrong. But they team up with the Foot. And they fight the monsters, and they try to send the monsters back to where they came from. This is a really, really interesting movie, and if you guys haven't seen it, definitely give it a watch. It's good, but it's not great. It's popcorn entertainment, but not to be taken too serious. Well, nothing TMNT should be taken serious, but because it's pretty funny. But it's a good movie for what it is. Give it a watch. TMNT. It's really, really good. And still on the TMNT, while we're talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I also have... Where is it? Down there. And I have all 3 Ninja Turtles movies, and we're going to talk about them in chronological order. So this is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original film. This one is one of my favorite movies. Well, all of them are my favorite, to be honest. Big Turtles guy. But yeah, this is the one that started it all, at least for me. Not counting the 80s cartoon. I wish I had the 80s cartoon on DVD. If I find that, I'm going to definitely buy it and make a video of it. But, yeah, this is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original movie, with the original cover. Excuse me, the original cover. And what I like about this Blu-ray is that they completely recreated the cover. It's the original TMNT, the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. Mikey, Leo, Donnie, and Raph coming out of a manhole. But you're seeing them through a manhole. That's pretty funny. And the back looks like... I know it's supposed to be like concrete or whatever, but it looks like the Thing from the Fantastic Four. I just noticed that. But this is a really, really good movie, and it's the original. And of course, I have this. This is the Blu-ray disc. It says Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original movie. And this was released by New Line Cinema. This is a very interesting take on the Ninja Turtles. There it is. I see that's what they look like. And these were all. This was not CGI, people. This was before CGI. Actually, these are guys in suits, and the masks. All the masks were animatronic. So that's pretty cool. You know, it's an art of make. It's an art to making movies that you don't really see much anymore. But yeah, this has all the turtles: Leo, Donnie, Mikey, and Raph. And I feel like this movie I kind of want to say, got it right, where they got the turtles' personality right. Sorry. So Leo is the smart one, the leader, and the oldest, of course. You got Raph. He's a hothead here, but in this movie, he's in all these movies, he's a lot more calmer. He does kind of get on your nerves a little, but you know he has Casey as his friend, you know, to balance him out, balance his character out. There's Mikey. Mikey is in this movie. They made him. He cracks more jokes than he normally does. So they got Mikey's personality right, and Donatello. They didn't really do. I'll be honest. They didn't really do much with Donatello. He didn't really invent anything, as far as I remember, or as my memory's a little foggy of this movie. I have to rewatch it. All these movies I'm gonna have to rewatch, but yeah, he doesn't really do anything inventive, as opposed to what he does in the cartoon. So, but this is a really good movie, I want to say, and this was the very first time I ever saw the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles live action. You know, and I think this was before they made their debut, not debut, but an appearance in the Power Rangers in Space, I think, where they had a crossover episode with the Ninja Turtles. And I don't know, let me know in the comments below. Was it Power Rangers in Space? I'm not sure. I think it was Power Rangers in Space. But yeah, and what's really weird is that they're four turtles, but in Power Rangers in Space, because they wanted to keep them balanced, they added a female turtle. And her bandana was like baby blue. That really confused me. That was really weird to see. But yeah. Also, fun fact for anybody who didn't know, the original release of the Ninja Turtles, the reason why their bandanas are different colors is to tell them apart. Because when the Ninja Turtles were first created, they were created in a comic book, but the comic book was in black and white. So every single turtle was the exact same color, and the only difference were their names, but you couldn't really tell them. You couldn't really tell them apart. You know, Donnie looked like Leo, Raph looked like Mikey. It was confusing. So what they did was, when they brought him to color, they changed the color of the bandana. And of course, you know, as they evolved, they developed their own personalities, and you ended up with the Ninja Turtles. But originally, they were just gray. They didn't have any color, so you couldn't really tell them apart. Plus, they all looked the same. So there is the, excuse me, they all had the same facial expressions and stuff, so you can really tell them apart in the comics. So there is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1. This is a really, really good movie. Give it a watch. Give it a really good watch, because it's to me, I feel like it's underrated as far as like the Turtles is concerned, because when people, again, when people talk about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, not many people talk about the original trilogy. So there's Ninja Turtles, the original movie. Okay. Over here, you have the sequel, which is Turtles, Secret of the Ooze. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze. Now, this movie, here's where things start getting really, really confusing. I feel like this movie, well, it's kind of confusing, but not really. This movie explains how the turtles were. It kind of explains how the turtles were created through the ooze, which is uh I completely forgot the name of the ooze. My memory's derping up. But TGRI, yeah, TCRI, yeah, TCRI is what's written on the canister. Where they got they turned into the turtles. TGRI, something like that. But anyway, what this movie kind of, I guess it was kind of like the actress didn't want to be in this movie, or I don't know, I guess she was doing other things, but they replaced April O'Neil in this movie. She's not the same actress as this one. This is someone else. I think it's Judith Hogue? I don't know her name. I think that's her name. This one is different. This one is I don't know, but it's a completely different actress. And the plot of this movie is they're trying to find out where they came from, and they come across this this canister where they're trying to protect, because the canister has the ooze that fell on them when they were just little turtles and transformed them into into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And the thing about that is, when they did that, they're trying. Once they find out where they're from, sorry about that noise in the back. But when they find out where they're from and how they were made, they're trying to protect the ooze in the canister from, turning other mutants, other animals into mutants, and preventing the same thing that happened to them to happen to anybody else. Which is why Shredder actually wants to take the canisters from them, to end up creating two original characters. Was it this one? Was it this one or this one? No, it was this one. Yes, it was this one. It was this movie. Where they created two original characters called Tolkar and Razar. Tolkar? Yeah, Tolkar and Razar. And at first I thought they were this movie's version of Bebop and Rocksteady, but when I first saw this as a kid, I thought it was Bebop and Rocksteady, transformed into live action. But that's not the case. Tolkar and Razar are actually their own characters. And I had no idea. I didn't know that until I actually looked them up. I actually thought they were this movie's version of Bebop and Rocksteady. And actually, hold on here. Actually, if you come over here, they kind of they kind of like brought the idea of the movie into the video games, because let me see, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4 right here. Tolkar and Razar are actually villains in this video game. And Turtles in Time, Turtles 4. By the way, if you guys haven't played Turtles in Time, you definitely should. This is an amazing, amazing game, and it needs to be remade. Somebody please remake this. Get on that. But yeah, you fight Tolkar and Razar in this game at some point. So that's really interesting. That they took two original characters which were never heard of before, and they made them canon. They put them into the canon, quote unquote, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles lore. So there's some little trivia for you. But yeah, that's the reason why we have Tokar and Razar. And I think, excuse me, I think that the reason why, probably, I don't know, somebody let me know in the comments, because the comments is very helpful and you guys are smarter than I am. But the reason why they made Tokar and Razar is probably because they couldn't get the rights to use Bebop and Rocksteady. I don't know, but that's just my opinion. I'd have to look it up. But yeah, very interesting idea, very interesting movie, and all around, just because of the great atmosphere that this movie portrays. You know, not better than the first one, of course, but you know, it's up there. It's still fun. It still has its jokes, and it's still, you know, I think it holds up in comedy wise. You know, compared to the first one. The first one will always hold up, at least to me. This is a classic. This is definitely a must-have for any Turtles fan out there. And, yeah, if you guys haven't seen it, definitely you should. But Turtles 2 is kind of like the in-between funny / kind of serious, because, you know, at some point you kind of feel bad for Tokar and Razar. And it's actually kind of funny, because in the movie Tokar and Razar, Shredder creates Tokar and Razar, and he goes, "I am your father," kind of like not father, but like, it's kind of like a funny Star Wars joke where he goes, "Go destroy the turtles," and Tokar and Razar goes, "Mama," or something like that, and then they call Shredder Mama, Mama, and Shredder gets really annoyed, very angry, and he leaves the room all like, you know, like about to start a fight or something, and he goes, "They're babies! Babies!" It's just really funny. It's a very funny scene. You guys should definitely check it out. Watch this movie. It's very funny. And yeah, it's slapstick comedy. Yeah, that scene really made me laugh as a kid. When Tokar and Razar come out of nowhere, it's like, "They're babies." It's really weird. Really, really, really funny. Now here is Turtles 3, Turtles in Time. And I think this is the movie. I don't know if it's this movie or this movie. Again, my memory's a little foggy of this movie. I have to rewatch all of them. Where, I think it's this movie? Not this one, where you actually see Super Shredder. Which is Shredder, like, really strong. Like, he's like, I think they put the actor in some sort of like a rubber suit, a rubber muscle suit, and I think they put stilts on him or something, and he's a lot bigger than he normally is. So, and he basically kills himself through, spoiler alert, he kills himself through, you know, destroying the poles that holds a building together, and everything just falls on him. Or a house together, and everything just falls on him. So yeah, Super Shredder. Really interesting villain there. Where I think they use Super Shredder as well. They kind of use Super Shredder as a... Little fly there. They use Super Shredder as a boss in... I think... Turtles 4? I don't know. I'd have to replay the game. But yeah, they go back to the idea of Super Shredder in one of the Turtles, one of the old school Turtles games. But yeah, it's a very interesting idea for a villain and a movie. Again, really good movie, so give this one a watch as well. And then finally we come to this movie. I have a lot to talk about to this movie. This movie is weird. Very weird. First off, I want to talk about the this right here. When a magic scepter accidentally transports April back through time to 17th century Japan, the boys take off in hot pursuit, cowabungling their way out of the sewers right into Samurai Orama. So it's kind of like they travel through time to rescue April. And I think April is a different actress now, following the trend of those two movies. But it's really hilarious that they called this movie Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 Turtles in Time. Because this is the Blu-ray release. Fun fact, this is the Blu-ray release, and they called it Turtles in Time. But it originally, when it came out, it was just called Turtles 3. There was no there was no subtitle, no nothing. Nothing at all. But everybody called it Turtles in Time. Everybody called this movie Turtles in Time, Turtles in Time, Turtles in Time. And it's not. It does not have a subtitle. But because of that, when they released this on Blu-ray, as you could see, they called it Turtles in Time. So it's really interesting how, this movie got its name from people who fans who made up the name in the first place, and the people were like, you know what, forget it, we're just gonna put Turtles in Time, and they put Turtles in Time when they released this on Blu-ray. Because before this, the only Turtles in Time that existed were, the Super Nintendo game, which I have. So that's the only Turtles in Time that ever existed. But again, because people called it Turtles in Time, this was re-released on Blu-ray as Turtles in Time. This movie is quite interesting. Again, no cover. None of these have any covers. They're just bland DVD and Blu-rays and stuff. Also, again, if you're gonna release a Blu-ray, it's fine, but at least put some artwork on it. I mean, this is bland. This is just boring. It's nice to actually have something to see, on the disc before you put it in. I don't know. I just like it, but yeah. Maybe that's just me. But yeah, this movie was weird. And they have a villain called Lord Norigana. And so, again, they kind of go back to feudal Japan through this sticky thing. I don't know what this called, the scepter. And they go back to feudal Japan. Excuse me, and they meet this guy called Lord Norigana, and that person basically steals the scepter, which is, as you can see, this thing. And they have to try to get it back so that scepter can take them back to present-day New York City. So yeah, from 17th, so they travel back to 17th century just to go back to present day, New York. Also keep in mind that they call it present day, but keep in mind that this was released in 1992, so, a lot of people that are just being introduced to the Ninja Turtles today, won't understand any references, or the references will be outdated, the jokes will be outdated, nothing would be like, oh, this is funny, whatever, I guess, something, because, it's in the 90s. But it's a good movie. It's seriously a good movie. Sorry about that. It's actually a really good movie, and, people should really watch it. But if anything, just watch the first one. This is undoubtedly the best one of the three, no doubt. This is, for sure, this is number one, at least to me. But yeah, it's also kind of funny that it says Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and like Turtles is the one that's like, now come to think of it, I actually like the title, the look of the title. It looks like the original animated series from the 80s. It's pretty good. And yeah, this is a really really good movie. All these are good movies. Let me take this out. Yeah, all of these are really good movies, and I highly recommend anybody to watch them. Very nice idea. Also, I like the I don't know if this was I guess this was kind of planned, but I don't really remember the originals being like this. But I like that they choose like different colors for the Blu-ray boxes. This one is orange, you know, Thing from Fantastic Four, orange. This one's blue, and this one's purple. If they would have made a fourth movie, it would have been red. Because, I mean, you got Mikey, Leo, Donnie, and Raph if they would have made a fourth movie. But unfortunately, I don't think they made a fourth movie. At least I never saw a fourth movie released ever. But yeah, it's really, really good. These movies are very, very good. And if you get a chance to watch them, please do. Also, also if you can, just for kicks, you know, a lot of people might not like it, but just for kicks, I also recommend you get this. You watch, where is it? Let me put this over here. Right here. This. I highly recommend you get this and watch it. And if you can't get it, just you know, just watch it online or whatever. This movie was good, but you know, since I already talked about it, it feels kind of, there are things that got wrong, and then there are things that got right. It's slapstick comedy, but you know, it kind of works, kind of doesn't. Also, in this movie, I don't know why he decides to do this, but Raphael. Okay, the plot of this movie basically, the first part, I already explained the first plot of the movie, the original plot of the movie, but the first part of the movie is, again, spoiler alert, Leonardo goes missing, and he's not really missing. He just, you know, goes to like train himself and find himself through meditation, but turns out that where he lives, I mean, where he lives, where he moves to, it's like a jungle, and these people are being harassed and hurt by, you know, other people that I guess want protection money or something like that, but Leo helps them out, dressed as some sort of a, you know, with a hoodie, and they call him the ghost of the jungle. So he basically defends these people who, you know, who need help, who need him. And April, which does not show here whatsoever, but April goes to the jungle and convinces him to go back to New York. So when he goes back to New York, he meets up with the turtles, and they're all happy to see him except Raph, including Splinter. Everybody's happy to see him except Raph, because Raph thought that Leonardo abandoned them and left them to fend for themselves. And while Leonardo was doing his thing in Africa or whatever, Raphael was like dressed as this biker guy, and he was like a superhero. You know, he made himself look like a superhero, and he started driving a motorcycle, and he was basically saving people's lives, unbeknownst to Leonardo. The only people that actually knew were April, Donnie, and Raph, and I believe Splinter as well, and Casey. Yeah, Casey knew him. But once they get back, once Leo comes back, everybody's happy to see him. But Raph, they get into this sibling fight, and kind of funny how Raph actually beats Leo. So that kind of proves that he's a better fighter than Leo in this interpretation. But once he defeats Leo, Leo gets captured and Raph has to save him. It's a very nice idea and a very well interpretation of Raph. You like again, they emphasize on the fact that Raphael is serious, kind of mean, but inside he has anything but a cold heart. He's a really nice he's a really nice guy that actually cares about others, even though he might not show it. So, you know. Also, Raph is kind of funny too because even if he's mean, there's a scene where Donnie is working on his stuff, and Raph scares him, and Donatello drops his stuff, and he's like, it's really funny. Definitely give it a watch. It's really good. It's a very good movie. And there's a deleted scene here on this movie, on the special bonus features, where I guess it didn't really make it into the cut didn't really make it into the movie. But there's a scene where Michelangelo is I guess Splinter, not two Splinter, yeah, two Splinter, because Mikey is like going into the fridge and finding whatever he can to give to Splinter for food. So it's like this running joke that Splinter's hungry, but there's nothing to eat. I don't know. Give it a watch. It's really funny. But yeah, this also has a alternate opening, and Splinter tells the backstory of the Turtles, as well as an alternate ending with Casey and April. The funny thing about Casey Jones and April is they both like each other, but it's never in your face. Their relationship is never in your face. It's always hinted at here and there, which is really weird. Really weird if you think about it. But other than that, it's really good. And also, here as well, in these movies, it's also hinted at that, especially the first one, that Casey Jones actually likes April. So I don't know. I really don't know what's up with that. But yeah, they don't really put too much emphasis on that. And I'm kind of glad they, part of me is kind of like happy that they don't, because this is a Turtles movie and the idea should be the Ninja Turtles, not relationships. But, part of me is also like, why don't you emphasize on that? I mean, Casey Jones and April O'Neil are both amazing characters in their own right, but they don't, nobody does anything with them, nobody really does anything with them, and they're kind of like it's kind of like an afterthought. And I really wish that wasn't the case at all. And I know this is a Ninja Turtles film. I know this is a Ninja Turtles video, but I also wanted to talk about, while we're on the topic of Ninja Turtles, I wanted to talk about this, because it's kind of like the same thing. This is called Street Sharks. And this is kind of like another Ninja Turtle knockoff, I want to say, quote unquote, but it's not. It's actually really good, because when you first buy this, it's like, this is at first glance, it's just a Ninja Turtles knockoff, because it's just 4 sharks, 4 guys turned into sharks. And why is it 4? Oh, you're copying off Ninja Turtles. 4, the magic number 4. But it's actually its own thing, and it's really good. Yes, I can see the resemblance. Why people call it a Ninja Turtles knockoff. Yes, I could also see, I could also agree that it's not as good as a Ninja Turtles, give or take. I could also agree that it's trying to be its own thing, but not really. I get all that. But I really like this show, and I feel that because it's a Ninja Turtles knockoff, quote unquote, I gravitated towards it, and I really enjoy this as well. This I first off, I do not like stacked discs. I don't know why they stack discs. They rather use I prefer the flaps, but whatever. It is what it is. I have a complete 40 episode series here, as you can see, released by Cookie Jar, which have a lot of Sonic cartoons. They've released a lot of Sonic cartoons in the past, so. And I got quite a bit of Cookie Jar stuff. Let me know in the comments if anybody wants me to talk about Cookie Jar cartoons in the future. But I'll be sure to remember that if anybody wants to. But yeah, this is pretty good. Again, it's one of those Ninja Turtle knockoffs, but when you put it, it's its own thing, and it works, at least to me. And you know, each sharks here, again, they're all, I think I'd have to give this a rewatch, but I believe they're brothers, just like the Ninja Turtles. They're brothers. This is John, Bobby, Coop, and Clint, which I'm guessing this is John. I have no idea. I have no idea who their names are. I'd have to rewatch the show, but John, Bobby, Coop, and Clint, or I have no idea who their names are at all. But they get new names, of course, when they transform into the sharks. And yeah, this is a really, really good show. In the vein of Ninja Turtles, this is a very good show, and I definitely would recommend you guys watch this as well. So, yeah, very nice TV show. Matter of fact, I'm actually going to start watching this. Leave that there. But yeah. These are all the Ninja Turtles films here. That I own. Yeah. So there's Turtles, the original movie. Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze. Turtles 3. Again, don't know why they called it Turtles in Time, because I don't know, everybody called this Turtles in Time, but it's not. It did not have a subtitle. And over here you have TMNT, which again, it's its own thing. I think all these movies are really good. My personal favorite, if you're going to ask what my personal favorite movie is, out of these four, it would be this one. But if I'd had to choose, no, I guess this one. I don't know, the original one, it's really hard to beat, of course. Animated-wise, this one. Animated-wise, this one for sure. Animated-wise, that one. But out of these three, my favorite movie, even though the first is tough to beat, but my favorite movie out of all of these, and one that I recommend you guys watch more often than not, I guess it'd be this one, Secret of the Ooze. This number 2. I think this is, in my opinion, the best movie out of the three, not counting the original, because the original is always the best. But this definitely comes close. This is a very, very good movie, and even though it has it doesn't have Bebop or Rocksteady, it just has Tokar and Razar, and the characters make no sense whatsoever. It's still funny. You know, it's still kind of comedy. They're still their own thing, and you know, they by Turtles fans, at least to my knowledge, they get acknowledged as Turtles characters, even though they were original, exclusive just to this film. because I've never seen Tokar and Razar at all outside of these films. If you guys know where Tokar and Razar appear besides this Turtles, let me know, because those guys are really funny. Those characters are really funny. Again, they were supposed to be Bebop and Rocksteady, but I guess they couldn't get the license, or maybe they didn't know about Bebop and Rocksteady. I don't know what was going on there, but yeah, it would have been cool that if Bebop and Rocksteady were in a live action movie, which they are on the Michael Bay movie, but I don't know. I don't even want to talk about that. I do not want to talk about that movie. But yeah, it's good. It's really, really good. Very nice. Also, I think April O'Neil, speaking on April O'Neil, I haven't spoken about her in like at all in this video, but I think April O'Neil only appears, I think she appears in all 3 movies. Yeah, I think she appears in all 3 movies, I'm not sure. But from what I remember, I think she only appears in the in her traditional yellow jumpsuit in this movie, in the original. I don't know. I can't remember if April O'Neil was in... I think she was in this movie. Yeah, she was. She was definitely in this movie. But I don't remember her being in this movie, in Turtles in Time. Something that I probably could be wrong at. My memory's a little foggy about that. But it's a minor detail. But yeah. Best movie? This one. Favorite movie? This one. For sure. But yeah, that is definitely my all-time favorite movie. So there is my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles rant, as well as this, you know, about the Turtles and how big of a fan I am. I've always been a fan of the Ninja Turtles. I think I was first, a little history lesson before I end off the video. I think I was first introduced to the Ninja Turtles in the 90s with the 80s cartoon when I first came here to the United States in 1998. Yeah, I came here in 1998, and I think I was introduced to the Ninja Turtles in 1999, give or take. And the first cartoon I ever saw was the 80s cartoon. Yes, it was still going on even in the 90s, so that's crazy. Just to see how popular the Turtles have become. And when that show ended, I ended up watching TMNT. Not this TMNT, the animated TMNT, you know, where the logo looks like a bunch of sharp letters, like pointy, sharp letters, more pointy than this one. And then I got into, I think it was the original 80s cartoon, and then I got into the movies. Then I saw that TMNT cartoon, and then I saw that TMNT movie. And then, of course, I saw the Michael Bay movie. But, yeah, that's my introduction to the TMNT, and that's how I got into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as a kid. In the future, I think I might actually pick up a couple Ninja Turtle toys and review them on my main channel. If anybody would want to see me review toys, TMNT stuff on my main channel, let me know. Comment down below. And if you guys want any of these movies, I will find them. Excuse me. I will find them and link them down below and tell you where you can find all these movies. And I'll also link down anything else you guys want to know about Ninja Turtles, which will be linked down below, as well as my social media and everything else. So there is my rant, and my entire rant on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because I really wanted to make a Ninja Turtles video. I don't know, I think I might make another Turtles video in the future. You know, when I actually get to see, you know, my friends, and they could come over, we can both make a another video talking about Turtles. Who knows what the future might bring. Who knows what the future might bring. So for now, I just want to leave you with all these and what got me into the Ninja Turtles. And yeah, This has been a Cowabunga Totally Tubular episode, dude. And this King Vita saying, laters.